Good morning, and welcome to Redeemer Lutheran Church in Columbia, South Carolina, where we're part of the ELCA. I'm Pastor Gary Lodeholt. If you aren't from Columbia, you might not know that for many years there was a Lutheran seminary here. One of the outflows of that is that when I came to serve Redeemer, two of the professors were members of the church. It can be intimidating to be a pastor to the very folks who teach people how to be a pastor. Even worse, after a few years, the professor of theology joined Redeemer, which meant that he was listening to my sermons and whether or not they were right in a whole new way. Sometimes I would look at him and he would be furiously writing something down while I was preaching. Eventually I learned that was a good thing. It meant I had said something that sparked something in him and he was trying to get it put down. It was when he wasn't writing that you needed to worry if you were saying anything at all. This week we are looking at some of the lesser-known Lutheran voices of the Reformation, people who were offering significant contributions, but who we've probably never heard of. Today we want to look at Johannes Bugenhagen. Frankly, I'd never heard of him, but I immediately felt a kinship with him. I had to preach to the theology professor. Imagine preaching to Luther himself. Well, Bugenhagen served as Luther's pastor in Wittenberg. Bugenhagen was born in northern Germany, and even though he had not studied theology, became ordained in 1509. By 1520, Bugenhagen had encountered one of Luther's writings, and when he read it, he didn't agree with any of it. However, he read it again, and on reflection became convinced Luther was right. That's when he moved to Wittenberg and became Luther's pastor. Not only was Bugenhagen Luther's pastor, he was also Luther's confessor. The Lutheran Church doesn't have confession the same way the Roman Catholic Church does, but nevertheless, Luther continued to confess his sins the same way they did for his entire life. It was Bugenhagen's place to hear them and assure Luther of God's grace and forgiveness. Bugenhagen was on the team that helped Luther translate the Bible into German so that the common folk could read it. He began to travel some and give speeches supporting Lutheran viewpoints. His primary work involved taking Lutheranism into northern Germany and into Scandinavia, and he has been called the second apostle of the North. He created rules for the churches there and encouraged people to follow them, establishing the church and strengthening it there. After Luther died, Bugenhagen took care of Luther's wife and children. Bugenhagen had a love for music, so much so that his family coat of arms has in its center a harp. Perhaps we can say of Bugenhagen one of the most poignant things of all. He was always a pastor at heart. We need one of those. We all need one of those. Even Luther himself. Thanks for watching, and remember to let this day belong to God.